What's up, everybody? It's Vicious here, and this is not a Strive style breakdown for Nen Master. I do want to do one, but I'm not going to promise that it's going to happen because, you know, life is lifing. But I do want to talk about Nen Master's moveset just a little bit, and just give you my early impressions of Nen Master. Unfortunately, DNF Duel is in a spot where not even Maximilian gets like an early preview of a character. So like, you know, we don't really know much about these characters besides like what they put in the trailer for the characters, and it's kind of annoying because I feel like there's a lot of people in the DNF community that are totally willing to get early hands on characters and all sorts of other things, but like we just don't get that, and we don't get it publicly at the very least. I just want to get that little small frustration out there, since this may be the last patch of the game, although I hope it's not, because in the way Nen Master has been released. Shut up, Grappler, hold on a second. See if I can get him to be a little quieter. But yeah, in the way she's released, there's some things that I don't quite like about her, and it's not anything that I think is like unfixable. It could be like very simple fixes, like that doesn't need like a whole big patch, but there are things I would like to see change with her, and things I like to see, like, you know, more interesting, made more interesting. She doesn't have a bad moveset, and let me just go ahead and change this really quickly, because is it gauge setting? Yeah, I got awakening on always. We don't want that. She has a decent normal moveset, if you ask me. She could do like this 3 little 2 A's. I like that. Her standing jab isn't that bad. I think that her auto combo isn't the greatest. Like, the second hit is like really short. The third hit's okay. Main thing that's okay about it is, just like most characters in this game now, her 5 AA is jump cancelable on block and on hit. You know, just basic stuff. I don't really have much to say about her 5B. I don't have much to say about her 2B either, besides it might be a bit slow for me. But, you know, whatever. I think the real... oh, and her jumping normals are okay. But I think the real things that bother me might be like some of the ways that her special moves and her MS moves are handled. So, for instance... this is the biggest one for me, right? It's her 2S. So if we go to her command list, it says that his opponent when they're knocked down, okay, it's not fast enough to really OTG, and she doesn't knock anyone down long enough to use this as an OTG in a lot of scenarios, and I mean a lot of scenarios. And it grants super armor up to 3 guardable attacks while standing, as you can see, except against awakening moves. There's a problem with this though. So you see how I just did that move right there? Let's try to attack during it. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, okay, got you. That's what they meant by the change. Okay, so let me try this then. Okay, so more in line with this. So you see how when Grappler is doing that grab and he's getting armor even before the attack activates? Now, some of you might be thinking, well, you know, this is kind of like how armor should work in some scenarios in your own, like, you know, estimation of things. But, you know, when we look at her, right? Like, this is when the armor activates, when the attack comes out. And that's cool and everything, but this is like sort of meant to be her anti-air. Like, let's take a look at this. Alright, so that's when I seen the character in midair, and I tried to do this move, which has armor. Let's try it again. Okay, let's try it as soon as they jump. Alright. So I had to do it exactly when they jump, right? Like, this takes a lot of foresight. It's more foresight than it takes for somebody who's just trying to do a regular anti-air. Like, look. I could just do my DP, and a lot of characters could just do their DP, or they could just jump in the air. You know, if they jump in the air at the same time, bam, obviously. But all right, that was a punish. But if I see this dude in the air and he does this kick, I'm cooked 9 times out of 10. And do I get a juggle after it? Sure. I get a juggle after it, and that might not be the most optimal combo. I don't know. I've done a combo video with this character, but I did that within like I want to say 2 hours playing with the character. But that's one of the things that I'm most concerned with this character is like how little armor she gets on something that seems to be like very useful, right? Like let's bam, I tried to use it to armor through that uppercut, but you know, I was just a bit too late. And then there's her 4S, which also has armor, but it only has armor when it activates, and when it's going up against a move with armor, you see what happens. Like you lose out because like, yeah, you might recover quicker, or you might recover at the same time because, as you notice, that wasn't a punish. But like you don't even get like the attack grab. This is the attack grab. And what can you get from the attack grab? Well, once you get this buff, you can do some stuff in the corner. Whoops. Because it's an OTG. And you just do it again. There's not much more you can get from it. You can't get 2S. You know what I mean? 2S is not something that you can do. You can't do 6S, which is this little small fireball. I don't really have any complaints about this, besides I do wish that you could charge the fireball up, I guess. That would be cool, but I have no complaints about this. It's mainly these two. 2S and 4S. 4S isn't safe. I believe that... Hold on a second. I believe that 2S isn't like punishable. What am I doing? It's not punishable. Actually, it's plus. And it being plus is nice, but you know, the fact that you don't get that armor as quickly as I feel like you should, it kind of makes this move whack, and you don't get a lot of utility out of the OTG portion of it. At least in my experience. I could be totally wrong, you know, but let me see here. Let's see, you automatically recover from everything faster. Let's try this. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try on counter hit. Let's see if there's anything on counter hit. Actually, you know what? When she does this buff to her 2B, you actually can get an OTG. That's the only time you can get it, but that's so specific. It's kind of ridiculous. And it doesn't do you any favors. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's just do it raw. Right? Let's just do 2B. 6S. Yeah, that's not a heck of a lot of damage, and I get it. I'm not like really looking for damage here. I'm just looking for utility, because a lot of characters get a lot of utility out of their movesets, and I just feel like 2S doesn't give you as much as it should, especially compared to other characters with armored moves, and neither does 4S. 4X cannot be awakening super or whatever it's called, it can't be awakening canceled from mid-screen. It can be, but you're not gonna win. You're not gonna hit anything, which makes me wonder, like, what am I supposed to do when they're when the enemy is about to fall out of a combo? I guess that, but like out of like a big combo, sometimes they might fall out of 5S. Oh, what's the word for it? A 5S combo filler. Let's talk about some of the other moves. Her 6MS is completely fine. I don't really have a problem with it, except for the fact that sometimes when you roll this laser beam, the laser beam doesn't function as a laser. You see how Grappler was in the middle of that laser beam, like standing up in the middle of the laser beam, and like it was still going. I don't know why, but her laser seems to be like super inconsistent with that. And it's not just that, it's like jumps too. Like, let me see. I'm trying to find the right time. You see how he was inside the laser beam? I feel like that's something that needs to be fixed. Let me see what else do I have to say about her moveset. For MS, I don't really have much to say about it. It's a cool move. It goes through projectiles. Like, there's not really much I can say about it. I think like Monk, she has like this really weak DP, but it's useful. Like, it goes high up into the air. The only fault with it is it kind of reminds me of Vanguard's DP from like the original couple of patches, where it's too high sometimes. I've definitely had strikers slide underneath the DP and hit Nen Master, which is not good. But I think those are like all my complaints. I wish that her jumping S like bounced you when you're in the air. Like, it doesn't really bounce you for like, you know, like a restand or anything. Not restand, but what's the word I'm looking for? Hold on a second. Like, I want to stand back up. Yeah, it is a restand. I want to stand back up and attack. You know, why isn't the life coming back? I'm trying to do the restand. It's not happening, dog. Like, no matter what. That would be interesting, having like a restand combo. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe there's a way to do it, and I just didn't go to the what is it called, the challenge mode, because I didn't go to challenge mode. When I go to do these combo videos with these characters, I don't go to challenge mode first. I just go to the combos as quickly as I can, if I remember correctly. This is how I've been doing. That's what I did with Monk and this character. I don't think I went to the challenge mode with Battle Mage until after. Same thing with Brawler, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Like I said, I think 2S needs some work. I think 4S needs some work. I have nothing to say about 5S or 6S per se. The laser needs to be more consistent. This move is okay. I do wish the DP had like some, like on counter hit, it would be cool if the DP had some sort of like wall bounce effect or something, or if it, no, it's just like stronger, I feel like. Because how much are we spending on this? That's 60. Yeah, I mean, it might be fine. It's super far. It goes super far. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. Let me know what you think. These are just early impressions of Nen Master. I haven't seen like another Nen Master play, really. And Like that's it. Like I don't even have anything to say about the buff. The buff is cool. I do like how you gain an extra 5B with the buff. Like it opens up some interesting scenarios that I didn't put into my combo video because I didn't realize it. Hold on, let me see. Why did that miss? Whatever. Anyway, this video is done. Let me know what you think.